Yeah, what's up guys, it's Sam here. As some of you might know, I'm at the point where I want to grind out for the Imbued hard on my Ironman. I've been looking around on YouTube and there wasn't really a guide out there, so I've decided since I'm gonna grind it out myself, I might as well make a guide on it of the most efficient way to grind it out with Slayer basically. Alright, there are a couple requirements for this efficient imbued hard grind, and there's some optional tips and tricks that I also recommend. They are not needed, but I'm gonna discuss them all. So let's talk about the requirements that you're definitely gonna need. Let's start off with combat achievement diaries. Once you complete the elite achievement diary, there's a 25% increase of you getting superiors, so it goes from 1 in 200 to 1 in 150. This is definitely a must. It speeds it up by 25% basically. So you're definitely gonna need to do those. If you don't have it yet, I highly recommend you do it first. There's some easy tasks you can boost and 1+1 with friends or with your main. So that's the first requirement. Alright, next requirement is 93 Slayer. Essentially, we're just gonna kill 2 NPCs, and those are Abyssal Demons and Smoke Devils. Smoke Devils requires 93 Slayer. Also make sure to extend Abyssal Demons so you get a bigger task, which is usually above 200. Alright, let's talk about the most important thing of all, the block list. You're gonna need 300 quest points to unlock your 7th block. Less is fine, but then you have to do more tutorials, so I definitely recommend getting 300 quest points. It's pretty easy these days. Like I said before, extending Abyssal Demons is gonna cost you 100 Slayer points. Blocking Wyverns is a must as well, because you're basically removing one task for free, and that's gonna cost you 500 points. Next up is the unlocked task storage, which is gonna cost you 1000 points. Essentially what it does is it makes your life easier by losing time out on gearing and regearing, because you can basically store 2 tasks at a time and you can tutorial skip 2 times at once, so you save a bit of time of down gearing. It's not really needed, but I would highly recommend getting it. It might help you in the future anyways. After those unlocks, you gotta make sure you don't have unnecessary things unlocked. Those are like JAT tasks, AVNCs, boss tasks, so make sure those are all turned off. Alright, so make sure to use the Slayer Master Duradel. The tasks you're gonna do are Smoke Devils and Abyssal Demons. The block list should contain Dark Beasts, Hellhounds, Calphite, Cave Kraken, Black Dragons, Dagonauts, and Greater Demons. And make sure you do not have these things unlocked, which are boss tasks, Lizardmen, Tsar, or basically Jad, Zuck, Mid Dragons, AVNCs, Red Dragons, Vampires, and Warped Creatures, and Basilisks. So those have to be turned off for this to be as efficient as it can get. Alright, let's talk about a couple optional things. The first thing on the list is the Teleport Anchoring Scroll. It's being dropped by zombie pirates in the wilderness. It's a 1 in 20k drop if you just kill it natural from the zombies itself. Or occasionally that drops keys, which you can also open, and those have a higher drop chance. I think it's a 1 in 274. So basically what it does, it's preventing you from getting teleported around by Abyssal Demons, and that could be nice because sometimes you just get kicked out of the aggro line and you have to re-aggro them. Next up is the Ash Sanctifier. It's basically free repair XP for Abyssal Demons. If you care about that, it does require the hard current diaries. Next up is the Soul Bearer. It's basically banking your soul heads, which means you have to bank less. It's also free prayer XP. It does require the Bear Your Soul minigame. 2 ults to dance would be nice for Abyssal Demons, so they just stack in the clump instead of you running from left to right. And last, 99 Slayer to proc the back-to-back tasks, so you have to do less tutorial skipping. Alright, so for Abyssal Demons, I would recommend a setup like this. Obviously, I don't have Max Mage. I'm missing a Kodai and the upgraded Elden Sword, but you can basically bring whatever. Make sure you bring Slaughters. I usually bring 3 to 4, and that's basically overkill. I also have the diaries done, so there's a chance of me saving the bracelets. A fast attacking weapon like darts, long range weapon like a Bofa or crystal bow would work. I usually bring Bulwark, so I can stack 4 or 5 at once without tagging them. It speeds up a bit. If you don't have it, it's not a big deal. If you don't have a Magus Ring, maybe a Light Bearer with Bulwark, that's a good combination. I usually bring a Shadow in case I get a Superior, so I don't have to barrage them and I can just kill it. Also, if you guys didn't know yet, if you have a Superior and you kill more Abyssal Demons, the second Superior cannot spawn. Unless it's at the same tick as you kill them, then it's possible to get 2 or more. So you always want to kill the Superior first before you continue by killing the Abyssal Demons. An Ash Sanctifier for prayer XP, a Soul Bearer. Basically, if you get Assault Heads, you can just use it on this and it will bank it so your inventory doesn't get full. Optional, you can bring Explorer's Ring, but I don't really bother with the Rune Med Helms or the Rune Chains. The Rune Chains, I might pick it up if I have inventory spots. 7 prayer pots would usually last for Abyssal Demon task. And you want to have Smoke Barrage or Shadow Barrage. Shadow Barrage is a bit expensive because it requires 3 soul runes. So Smoke Barrage I would definitely recommend, unless you're a main, but I wouldn't understand why you would do this on a main. So yeah, Smoke Barrage is the way to go. Alright, so now I'm going to show you guys how to set up the dancers and what to do at the Abyssal Demon task. So the red tiles are basically, don't go past those, so those are not safe anymore. You want to stay in the inner 8 tiles. The reasoning why is if you aggro those 4 demons on the left side and you go to these 2 tiles, these unaggro, so you have to re-aggro them again. The green tiles at the back, or if you don't have 2 accounts to dance with, then you can just manually pad here and click these tiles so you don't misclick attack and they will get in the clump as well. But I would definitely recommend getting 2 dancers if you can. And the tiles here in the middle are basically tiles how you set up the dancers. So I'll show you guys what to do right now. So I'm gonna follow myself on the first account and you start on tile 1. So just go in empty tile and we go to tile 1. If the Abyssal Demons are walking in front of you, just make sure you shift click so you don't accidentally click on them. I'm pretty sure I don't have the Slayer levels, so I'll just get that message. So I'll show you guys how to set it up. So we start on 1 tile, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then instantly follow. And as you can see, my characters are basically dancing in these 6 tiles. And then with the account you're doing Slayer on, make sure you just stay in the middle of these 6 tiles and they will just clump in the pile. And you don't have to manually click on these tiles. So that's basically how you set up the dances for Abyssal Demons. Alright, next up is Smoke Devil task, and for the Smoke Devil task, this is the setup I bring. Obviously, if you have better mage gear, you bring it. I bring 3 Bracelets of Slaughters, 1 equipped already, a cannon to aggro the NPCs, a Bofa to aggro them faster, the ones that are not getting hit by the cannon. Other than that, some prayer potions, a shadow if you get the superior. Be on ancient this time. Also, there's a method where you can have an alt that basically has the same Slayer task and it goes in negative range gear and it will tag the NPCs and then you don't have to lure them yourself. The downside is you don't get any loot, but when you kill them you still get the superior chance basically. So you get no loot from the NPCs and you do get the superior chance. I don't think it's worth it because these are so fast to lure anyways, but if you want to do that method you can try it out. So it's really easy. You see these 2 skulls. I'm pretty sure default RuneLite has the cannon spot to put it on. If not, just check this video where to put the cannon on. Make sure your cannon aggros at least 10 to 15 and just keep running around these skeletons. So drag them closer and then once you have a big pile you can start barraging. I'll just make sure this one gets a bit closer and then I'll go to the other side and then we can start barraging. And like I said before, if you already have a superior, stop attacking them because once you have a superior spawned, there can't be a second one spawning and it's better to kill it first with the shadow and then basically continue barraging the clump. So Smoke Devils explained, really easy, easier than Abyssal Demons I would say. Alright, I'm pretty sure that covers everything. If I missed something I'll put it in the comment section as a pinned message or in the description, or if I did forget something you guys can let me know as well. Make sure to subscribe if this guide helped you out and I'll see you guys in the next one.